Hey BoLS fans, AdamHarry back again with another BoLS model showcase. Today we have the German A7V, which is a World War I tank painted up by our good buddy Mike Travis, another BoLS regular and one of the locals here keeping historical wargaming alive. He's back again in the studio to tell us a little bit more about these two awesome tanks and just some of the techniques that he used. So Mike, can you talk a little bit more? I know you mentioned last time some of the decal work. Can you talk about some of the decal stuff that you did on these two tanks, please?
So what I standardly do when I do decals, I paint on the gloss varnish over where I want my decals, just those areas. I get my decals on there very carefully, make sure I get any air bubbles out. It's very important to have enough water to make sure that you can do that. Then you put on your solvent. Microsol is usually what I do, and there are a lot of other steps you can take too if you want to get really into it, but most of the time that's all I do. And then I will paint matte varnish over on top of that, and that's really important to do that to make sure that your surface looks nice and even and that it blends seamlessly into their model. About the A7V itself, it's a very interesting tank. World War I, the Germans only ever built 20 of them. Most of the armored vehicles the Germans used in World War I were all captured from their enemies. Also, not a whole lot is documented about how they were painted. I mean, we know a lot of examples of how they were painted. This one could be accused of being ahistorical because it's not a pattern that we know for sure that the Germans used. It uses colors we know the Germans used, but we don't know if they actually painted them in the striped pattern. And I wanted to do something sort of like, what if they painted it this way? I wanted it to be more interesting from that perspective. And I had already painted French tanks in the past that sort of had the pattern that was more common among the interesting patterns that the Germans did. And I thought I could do this and it would be different and at the same time interesting.
Very cool. I did not know about the color options there. Speaking of color, can you talk a little bit about the German color palette in World War I here?
So when I was painting these, I could have told you exactly what colors I used, but I don't remember off the top of my head the best. I know the greenish gray is German field gray. The best place to look to see what colors I used is actually just go to Flames of War website. That's usually the first place I go if I want some decent color matching without having to do a whole lot of work myself. And that's exactly what I used in this case, the three colors that they'd normally select to paint their German World War I tanks.
Well, there you have it, folks. Check out Flames of War's website for the color palettes from the World War I German tanks. Mike, thanks again for stopping by and dropping some knowledge bombs on us. These are some very cool tanks, especially just from a historical standpoint. I don't remember ever learning about these tanks, so thanks for enlightening me. Again, AdamHarry from BoLS signing off. Thanks for stopping by, and thanks for watching.
Oh.